In ancient times, a pious king named Shatrujeet ruled. His capital was on the banks of Gomati. The king also had a very intelligent, brave and handsome son whose name was Ritu Dhwaj. One day, Sage Galav came to the court of King Shatrujeet on a new mission. He had a very beautiful divine horse with him. He said to the king, "Maharaj, we live in your kingdom and do penance, yajna and worship God. But a demon has been creating a big obstacle in this holy work of ours for some time. Although we can burn him with the fire of our anger, yet we do not want to do so because protecting the people and punishing the wicked is the duty of the king. But still one day, being troubled by his mischief, we decided to stop him." At that very moment, this divine horse descended from the sky and an Akashvani, voice from the sky, said, "Muni, this horse can revolve around the whole earth without any obstruction. It can easily go to everywhere, sky, underworld, mountain, sea. Therefore, it will be named Kuvalayamala. We will kill that demon who always troubles you. After getting this horse, the prince will be famous by this name and he will be Kuvalya will be called Shiva. After hearing this heavenly voice we have come to you, O king, please allow Prince Ritu Dhwaj to come with me to destroy the demons and protect the religion." On hearing this from Gala Muni, King Shatrujeet very happily sent Prince Ritu Dhwaj with a military contingent to protect the sages. After reaching the ashram of Maharishi, they started protecting him from all sides. One day, that intoxicated demon came there assuming the form of Shukra. He ran after him and attacked him with a half-moon-shaped arrow. Hurt by the arrow, the demon Shukra ran to save his life and entered a thick bush surrounded by trees and mountains, but the prince's horse did not stop chasing him. The demon ran away for 1,000 yojanas and jumped into a dark cave that looked like a hole. The Ashvami prince also jumped into the same pit after him. When Prince Ritu Dhwaj went inside, he saw the underworld full of light of Shukrakarya. Actually, the place where the demon Shukra had gone was not a cave but the gate of the underworld. The prince saw that there was a beautiful city like Indrapuri in front of him, in which hundreds of golden palaces were adorning. Ritu Dhwaj also entered it out of curiosity, but he did not see any human being there. Out of curiosity, he started roaming in the city. While roaming, he suddenly saw a woman who was going somewhere in a hurry. The prince wanted to ask her something, but she moved ahead and quietly climbed the stairs of a palace. Ritu Dhwaj also saw the horse. He was tied at one place and out of curiosity he followed the woman into the palace. When he went inside he saw a very beautiful girl sitting on a huge bed made of gold who was putting even Rithi to shame with her beauty. Both of them looked at each other and got attracted to each other. While looking at the prince, the girl suddenly fainted. Then the first woman, whom the prince had followed while entering the palace, came and started fanning her. When she regained consciousness, the prince asked the reason for her fainting, but out of shame, she did not say anything. And she heard a whisper in her friend's ears. Looking at the prince, her friend began to speak. "Lord, Gandharva King Vishwavasu is famous everywhere in Devlock. This beautiful lady is his daughter Madalasa." One day, when she was roaming in her father's garden, a demon named Padalketu spread his magic and captured her and brought her here to Padal. Padalketu's residence is a little far from here. Padalketu has said that if Madalasa agrees and listens to him, then it is fine, otherwise on the coming Trayadashi, he will marry her forcefully, but my friend would prefer to die before marrying that demon. It was a matter of a few days back when Madalasa had attempted suicide. At that time Kandanu appeared and said, "Daughter, that vile demon cannot get you. When he goes to the earth, whoever binds him with his arrows will be your husband." Saying this, she disappeared. Then introducing herself, that woman said, "My name is Kundala. I am Madalasa's friend and I am the wife of Pushkar Mali. My husband was killed by Shum in the war between gods and demons. Since then I am leading a life of penance. Due to the love of my friend, she has got patience here. I have heard that some brave man from the earth has targeted Padalketu with his arrows. I had gone to find him. It turned out to be true, but on seeing you, my friend's heart has been filled with love. But as per the words of Mother Surabi, she will get married to that brave man who has injured Padalketu." Thinking this, she fainted due to grief. Life becomes happy when you marry the person you love. She fell in love with you, and the reason for her worry is that she will marry someone else. Now introduce yourself, who you are and where you have come from." The prince introduced himself as he was and told the whole story of shooting an arrow at the demon and reaching the netherworld in detail. Madalasa's happiness knew no bounds after listening to everything. The man she had given her heart to, she would marry him. This was surprising as well as very pleasing for her. She looked at her friend with shame but could not say anything. Kundala, knowing her feelings, said, "Virvar, what you say is true. It is not possible that my friend's heart hardens for an unworthy man. The moon has beautiful radiance and the sun has intense radiance. Cow Mother Surabi had indicated for you only. You have wounded the demon Ketu of the netherworld. My friend will consider herself blessed to have you as her husband." Hearing Kundala, the prince said, "How can I marry without taking my father's permission?" Kundala said, No, don't say that. This is the daughter of a celestial being. Your father will be happy with this marriage. Now there is no time to ask him or take his permission. You have come here by the inspiration of the Almighty. Hence, please accept this relation." The prince agreed to his proposal by saying, "Tathastu." Kundala remembered his family guru Tumburu. He immediately reached there with firewood and kusha. He lit the fire and performed the marriage ceremony of Ritu Dhwaj and Madalasa as per the rituals. Kundala handed over her friend to the prince and instructed both of them to perform their duties. Then, taking leave from both of them, she went to her desired place with divine speed. Ritu Dhwaj made Madalasa sit on the horse and himself rode on it and started leaving the netherworld. Meanwhile, Padal Ketu got this news and he came in front of the prince with a huge army of demons. The prince was also very brave. He spread a net of arrows smilingly and using a divine weapon called Twa, he reduced all the demons including Padal Ketu to ashes. After this, he went to his father's city. Alighting from the horse, he bowed to his parents. Madalasa also bowed her head at the feet of her mother-in-law and father-in-law. Hearing all the news from Ritu Dhwaj's mouth, the parents were very happy. They hugged their son and daughter-in-law and smelled their heads. Madalasa started living happily in her husband's house. Everything was going well. Thereafter one day King Shatrujeet said to Prince Ritu Dhwaj, "Son, you ride this horse every morning and roam the earth in all four directions to protect the Brahmins." The prince said very good and accepted his father's command. He used to circumambulate the earth every day in the morning and bow at the feet of his father. One day while roaming they went to the bank of Yamuna. Their younger brother of Padal Ketu, Tal Ketu, built an ashram and lived in the guise of a sage. The prince bowed to him knowing him to be a sage. He said, "Prince, I want to perform a yajna for religion but I don't have dakshina. You give me this ornament from your neck and stay here and protect my ashram. I will enter the water and after praying to the god Varuna, will return soon." Saying this, Tal Ketu entered the water and became invisible by Maya. The prince stayed at his ashram. Tal Ketu dressed as a sage reached the city of King Shatrujeet. He said, "O king, your son was killed while fighting with the demons. This is his ornament." Saying this, he returned the same way as he had come. On hearing the sad news of the prince's death, there was uproar in the city. The king, the queen and the women of the palace started wailing in grief. When Queen Madalasa saw the ornament from his neck and heard the news of his death, the queen also immediately gave up her life. The grief in the palace doubled. King Shatrujeet somehow kept his patience and after convincing and pacifying the queen and other people of the city, the cremation of Queen Madalasa was done. On the other hand, Tal Ketu came out of the Yamuna water and went to the prince and expressing his gratitude, he allowed them to go home. The prince immediately reached his city and bowed to his parents. Seeing his son alive and completely safe, he embraced him and tears started flowing from his eyes. When Prince Ritu Dhwaj came to know about everything, he cried very loudly with great sorrow. The world had forgotten about Prince Ritu Dhwaj. He offered prayers for Madalasa and took a vow that he would not enjoy with any other woman except Gandharva Princess Madalasa who had venomous eyes like a deer. I have said this absolutely true. Taking this vow, Prince Ritu Dhwaj turned his mind away from womanly enjoyment and started enjoying himself with his friends. At the same time, two sons of King of Snakes Ashwat set out to roam the earth in human form. While roaming, they met Prince Ritu Dhwaj. Ritu Dhwaj simple, and due to their friendly nature, they soon became good friends. Their love grew so much that Nag Kumar did not want to leave him even for a moment. He used to disappear from the netherworld for the whole day. One day, on Nagraj's asking, he narrated the whole story of Ritu Dhwaj to his father and said, "Father, our friend Ritu Dhwaj has pledged not to accept any other woman except Madalasa. We should find a way to bring Madalasa back to life." Nagraj said, "Everything is possible with hard work. One should never be disappointed." Saying this, Nagraj Ashwat went to the Himalayan mountains, Palaksha and Tarantirtha, which is the origin of Saraswati, and started performing difficult penance for the benefit of his son's friend, Prince Ritu Dhwaj. Saraswati Devi, pleased, gave him a direct darshan and asked him to ask for a boon. Ashwat said, "Goddess, may I and my brother Kambal both become complete experts of music." Saraswati Devi went into meditation saying Amen. Now both the brothers Kambal and Ashwad went to Mount Kailash and started singing the virtues of Lord Shankar with rhythm and voice to please him. On hearing their prayers in a melodious voice, Mahadev ji appeared and said happily, "Ask for a boon." Then Kambal and Ashwat bowed to Mahadev ji and said, "O Lord, Kuvalayamala's wife Madalasa, who is dead now, should appear as my daughter in her previous state. She should remember the things of her previous life. Her radiance should be as before, and she should appear in my house as a yogini and the mother of Yoga Vidya." Mahadev ji said, "King of Snakes, when the day of Shraddh comes, with this wish, perform the tarpan of ancestors and eat the middle pinda given in Shraddh with pure feelings. By doing this, she will immediately appear from your middle hood." King of Snakes did the same. Beautiful Madalasa appeared from his middle hood. King of Snakes kept her under the protection of the women inside the palace. They did not reveal this secret to anyone. Thereafter, Nagraj Ashwat told his sons to call Prince Ritu Dhwaj here. Nag Kumar took him into the water of Gomati and from there pulled him to the netherworld. There he appeared in his real form. Ritu Dhwaj was astonished to see the beauty of Naglok. He bowed to Nagraj. Nagraj blessed him and welcomed Ritu Dhwaj very well. After the meal, everyone sat together and started lovingly kissing him. Then Nagraj told them the whole story of Madalasa being fully alive. On hearing the news of Madalasa being revived, Ritu Dhwaj's happiness knew no bounds. He was delighted and humbly requested Nagraj to introduce him to Madalasa soon. Seeing the joy of the prince, Nagraj introduced him to Madalasa without any delay. Prince Ritu Dhwaj and Queen Madalasa became emotional on seeing each other and embraced each other with teary eyes. As soon as he did so, his beloved horse arrived there. After paying obeisance to the King of Snakes, the prince mounted the horse along with Queen Madalasa and left for his city. After reaching there, he narrated the story of Madalasa being alive. Madalasa also bowed at the feet of her mother-in-law and father-in-law. A grand celebration was held in the city. According to Markandeya Purana, Queen Madalasa had 4 sons. After saving her sons, Mahasati Madalasa herself devoted herself to the contemplation of God along with her husband and attained the ultimate position in the form of salvation in a short time. Madalasa is no longer in this world, but her name has become immortal forever.